Welcome back to another USD 239 School Update Show. I'm Superintendent Chris Vignery, and on today's show, we'll be visiting with two out of our three new teachers that we have in the district. We have Miss Christina Harris and Miss Christina Hoffman here with us today. Coach Tom Flax could not be with us. He is currently at a pep rally right now, so he is not here with us today, but I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce to the community two out of three of our new teachers. I'll start with Mrs. Harris. Currently is one of our second grade teachers, and if you just tell us a little bit about your background and what you do.
Well, kind of hard to believe, but I've been teaching this is my 17th year, and I started out in a little town outside of Topeka after graduating from KU. Didn't stay there very long, went to Derby for a little bit, and then ended up in Mays for the next 15 years. I was teaching middle school all of that time, so coming to second grade has been a little bit of a change.
Well, that's definitely understandable about that. So what have you enjoyed so far about the school year?
It's been really fun just having kids that are eager to learn and excited to see me every day. I don't know if I could always say that about junior high kids. And I enjoy being back home.
Oh, well, great. So, and that was probably one of the kind of my lead-in next question is here. What brought you back to Minneapolis?
Definitely the home factor. My family's here, and on top of that, I have little people of my own. I have a kindergartner and a first grader, and as they got a little bit bigger, it just became pretty apparent that I would rather be part of a small community. Mays is too big.
Well, good. So as far as the school year's going, any particular projects or anything, work that sticks out, what you've done so far with your second graders?
Well, we're really just getting used to routines and procedures and all that. That takes time for sure. But we have begun our project-based learning. The kids are going to be little journalists, and they're creating their own monthly newsletters about the happenings of second grade. Right now, they're really getting into a solar system unit that has gone well, and we're getting them kind of used to technology, and it's going well.
All right, well, thank you. Thank you. And Ms. Hoffman here, she's our new ag teacher. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a first-year teacher. I originally came from south of Abilene, a little cow-calf farm, but I went to school in Chapman and then continued my education at K-State and just graduated last May. I student taught for a little while in Inman, Kansas. They're very similar to Minneapolis, junior, senior high school, 7 through 12, small, tight-knit community, just like what I've experienced here. So,
What so far have you enjoyed about Minneapolis junior, senior high?
My favorite part about school is the students, and my favorite part about Minneapolis is the people. Very similar, but it's really evident to see that my students are coming from a great community when I have those social experiences with their parents or other community members as well that are nothing but welcoming and kind, and what can we do to help you? How can we help you? Do you need anything? Just very checking in and making sure that I've been settling okay.
Absolutely. So has there been any projects so far that you've enjoyed working with your students?
We have done a lot in my welding shop. We are starting to work out the bridge that we are going to be building out here between the chicken coop and the main school. So we're going to start that project. And then in my animal science, we just wrapped up a unit on beef nutrition, and we're starting with swine and digestion of swine and the parts of swine and everything like that. Yeah, all of my hours are a little bit different, but
well, good. And you mentioned the chicken coop project that we started here last year. How does that seem to be going, and does it look like that's something we're going to continue to pursue?
I hope we continue to pursue it. It was an amazing idea. I am blown away by how successful it's been, and we have a ton of eggs right now. So we have been continuing to gather eggs on a daily basis. We get about 2 dozen a day, and so we are still going with that, and we'll probably get a new batch of chickens end of this year, beginning of next year.
All right. Well, thank you both. I do appreciate you coming on here and introducing yourself to the community, to the just spending time with us. And so we just thank you, and we'll be back here for the second half of our show. Thank you.
Eagle Marketing Solutions is here, and we're ready to help you reach your advertising goals. With Eagle, you can advertise locally on 40 TV networks or advertise regionally and reach thousands of customers and maximize your advertising with online campaigns. Our local team will create a plan that's affordable for you.
Eagle Communications on Community Connected.
Welcome back to our USD 239 school update show for the second half here. I'm back here with Miss Christina Hoffman, our FFA sponsor and our high school, junior, senior high ag teacher here at Minneapolis, along with some FFA Minneapolis high school students. I'm here just so they can introduce themselves, introduce about their program, what they enjoy about their program, some things that they might see that might relate to when they leave Minneapolis High School, what might relate to the real world. First of all, start here with this young man right here. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell me what you like about the FFA program.
All right. My name is Jacob Brown, and I am the FFA Stuco representative for Minneapolis High School FFA chapter. And my favorite thing about FFA has got to be all of the learning opportunities I have been given. I grew up on a farm, and all of these new opportunities to learn more about agricultural jobs and agricultural experiences has been able to open up my eyes and allow me to see all the new ways that I can improve upon my family farm and work upon it better.
Oh, well, thank you, Jacob. Let's go here to Mr. Trevor.
Thank you. I'm Trevor Haley. I am a senior at Minneapolis High School, and I am the Minneapolis FFA chapter's president. What would I say is my favorite thing about FFA? I would say meeting new people. As you mature through life, there's countless people you meet, and you never know who it's going to be, their background, how they act, who they are, the countless factors that go into it. And that's just amazing, how many ideas and backgrounds just kind of come in and you're able to experience with that person. And that goes throughout your life. You able to learn from their mistakes as well as your own. On top of that, improving upon your own.
Well, thank you. Thank you. How about to Bailey?
I'm Bailey Runyon, and I am a member of the FFA. And one thing that I would say I like the most is the friendships that you build. Like, I've got some good friends that I've learned, and we're real close now, and that's my favorite thing.
All right. Well, thank you. Weston?
I'm Weston Schrader. I'm a sophomore here at Minneapolis. I am the FFA's treasurer. One of the things that's one of my most favorite and what's benefited me the most is responsibility and leadership skills. Just speaking to people, learning to speak to lots of people and big groups, one-on-one, doesn't matter. Responsibility, showing up on time, meetings, having diverse tasks and responsibilities on yourself.
Well, thank you. How about Hayden?
I'm Hayden Lott, and I'm the reporter for the Minneapolis FFA. And my favorite thing in FFA is probably the CDEs, which is our career development events. And entomology is probably my favorite of those. Mr. Schmidt got me into that. I really didn't know anything about it, and now I know a lot, and I feel like it could be a career path later in life.
All right. Well, thank you. How about Mr. Holst?
My name is August Hulse. I'm the secretary for the chapter this year. My favorite thing is, like Hayden said, are the CDEs, or the career development events. My favorite one of those is the livestock evaluation one. In many of our contests, you have to evaluate different things, and that's a very important skill that I've been developing through FFA. And I think in all aspects of life, being able to evaluate a situation and choose the best one is very important. That's what I've learned the most from an FFA.
Well, thank you. It seems to me that with FFA you get amazing opportunities to experience life, number one, and to get the real life experiences that we all need before we leave high school. What if, I'm not part of a farm growing up. Should I or can I join FFA? Any one of you can answer that.
I'll give you my answer first, and then I'll hand it off to whoever wants it.
Absolutely.
I think you should always be in an ag class because the biggest gap that we're noticing in the agricultural industry is that there's a lot of fear from our consumers about ag products in general, not just meats or food, but some people don't wear clothes made with cotton anymore because they are going all vegan or all vegetarian. We have done a terrible job as farmers or as producers in the industry of educating our consumers into letting them know exactly where their products come from. So even if you're just learning where my food comes from, you should definitely still be in an ag class. And then that leads into FFA, because if you're in agricultural education and you choose not to be an FFA, in my mind, the equivalent is joining a sport and never playing in any of the games. You just practice all the time, and you practice and you practice and you practice, but you never get to play or win or have that competitive drive really push you over the top.
Well, thank you. Anybody want to add to that?
Yeah, just starting younger is very important. The experiences on the farm, on the ranch that I've had as a young kid are very different than an FFA. I learned a lot more that I have not been exposed to in terms of different aspects of species of animals, plants, Hayden's bugs, and just a lot of other things just to develop my knowledge.
I think it's a wonderful idea, whether or not you should be involved in FFA or not, whether you're a farm kid or you're a city slicker. And honestly, it kind of ties back into that background where everyone's from a different place, and everyone's worth sharing their story. Everyone comes from a different place, from different parents, from different backgrounds, and that's what really matters. Mm-hmm. And everyone just needs to. Everyone would be definitely more than willing to educate anyone about FFA or agriculture, and agriculture in general, because like Weston and Ms. Hoffman talked about, nowadays there's less awareness of agriculture than there used to be, and it's our job to change that.
All right, well, thank you. Is there anything any one of you want to add on any part of FFA, not just that question? Yeah, August.
One thing about FFA that I think is important for anyone to do is most of our officer team this year, 6 out of the 7 are sophomores, and us being in a smaller school has given us all a unique opportunity to be in some of those leadership positions. And there's many aspects of FFA, whether it's helping younger members prepare for a contest or going to the speech contests, that really teach you leadership and give you a unique opportunity that you don't really get anywhere else.
Awesome. These are some great things that you're sharing with us this afternoon, and I just want to thank each one of you for coming over here and taking your time out. Many of you have several different things that you've got going on. Some are in sports, some have your farms to help take care of. We just have many things that you guys do, such as August said, we're in a small school, and most of our students do several different things. So for you guys to be able to be a part of this and do all the FFA opportunities that you have speaks a lot for yourself and the time commitment that's involved. So we appreciate it here, and we're glad that you guys are taking advantage of this opportunity. And that'll be it for our show today, and we'll see you back next month.